In this video, we will be checking and adding coolant in this 2005 Nissan Pathfinder. Through the driver's side door, we can locate our hood release latch, and releasing the secondary safety latch, we can gain access to the engine bay. Once we have gained access to the engine bay, we want to locate the coolant reservoir. This is located along the farmost left side of the engine bay, right up against the fender. Our reservoir sits between the battery and the windshield washer fluid fill tube. On the top of the reservoir, there is a pressure cap. The pressure cap warns us to never open the system while the engine is hot. The cooling system is pressurized, and if you open the cap when it is pressurized, it could spray hot, scalding coolant all over you. So before checking this, we want to make sure the engine has been sitting for quite a while and has completely cooled down. Identifying the full and low level is fairly difficult. The full level on this particular vehicle is located at the level of the seam where the top half and bottom half were molded together. The low level is around on the back side, but really cannot be seen. To test the coolant, I'm going to remove the reservoir cap. I'm going to place a rag over the top, push down, and rotate counterclockwise very slowly. Then lift off the cap. Using a clean paper towel, I'm going to feed it into the coolant until it begins absorbing some of the coolant. The coolant will be tested using an automotive test strip. This is essentially a pH strip, more or less, and there are 3 different pads that will interact differently with the coolant. We want to soak those pads for 30 seconds and then check the chart. We then want to compare each of the 3 pads with the 3 different sections on our key. If we take a look at the first pad, it looks like it is in the highest range for all other coolants because this is not red coolant. That is -60 to 270 degrees. If we move to step 2, we can see that we are falling about in this kind of yellowish range. Beneath that it says to go to step 3. So if we take a look at step 3, the color of the pad falls in the range of it being okay. So this coolant is still acceptable and most likely will still be good for a couple more years, but we'll test this again in about 6 months. To top off the antifreeze, we first want to install a funnel into the location where we removed the radiator cap. We want to use mixed coolant. This is a mixture of coolant and distilled water. You can buy it pre-mixed, but we're going to top this off and fill it up to that seam, and then we're going to remove that funnel and recap the radiator reservoir. To reinstall the reservoir cap, we need to line up the tabs with the slots on the reservoir. We then need to use downward pressure while rotating in a clockwise fashion until it does not rotate anymore.